Now at 6, we are focused on the fort and new developments in the horrific case of a 17-month-old who police say was beaten to death in the Summit City. New charges filed tonight against a man who officers say is responsible for that violent death of his girlfriend's child. Good evening, everyone. I'm Linda Jackson.
And I'm Tom Powell. Welcome to Fort Wayne's NBC News at 6. Fort Wayne's NBC News reporter Jeff Newmeyer files this report saying the man had been jailed and then released for a time, but is now back in custody tonight.
27-year-old Shaquille Rowe is once again locked up in the Allen County Jail, and that has a lot to do with the fact that he now faces new, more serious charges in Monday's death of 17-month-old Aiden Clark. Now on top of battery to a minor causing death and neglect of a dependent causing death, Rowe has been tagged with charges of aggravated battery and murder. Court documents allege on Monday that Rowe's girlfriend left him alone with her children in the Brookmill apartment unit where they lived. Rowe called 911 that afternoon, summoning medics, saying when he got out of the shower he heard crying and came out to find 17-month-old Aiden Clark was not breathing. One of the first responders who arrived reported hearing Rowe ask, "Why did she leave me in the house like this?" Rowe indicated he did nothing to harm the boy. A medical examination found, however, that the child suffered severe injuries and died of blunt force trauma to the chest. Investigators determined Rowe was the only adult present, leading prosecutors to link him to the crime. But those preliminary charges didn't involve murder, and a magistrate set bond at a total of $50,000. He posted bond Wednesday and was released from custody. If you worry about a flight risk with something like this, it's noteworthy. In the court papers, it states that the defendant moved to Fort Wayne from Chicago back in November. A couple of neighbors we talked to who didn't want to be identified shared that they were concerned to hear that Rowe had been let out of jail. But this afternoon, Fort Wayne police sent out word that the new charges were filed. They acknowledged that Rowe had bonded out on previous charges, but said he was rearrested a short time later with the additional charges in force. I spoke to Allen County's Chief Deputy Prosecuting Attorney, Mike McAlexander, this afternoon. He said simply additional investigation was the basis for adding the more serious charges that resulted in Rowe's arrest a second time. The toddler's maternal grandmother, Nicole Clark, has agreed to speak with us for a follow-up story we hope to bring you tomorrow.